Cryptography among strangers. For centuries, the use of cryptography was confined to parties who knew each other very well, even, and had meetings in a very secure environment where they could exchange keys and encryption methods and all kinds of private data before they went out on a limb, so to speak, before they went into the world where they had to use insecure communication. That was the paradigm. Two people or group of people, whether it was for military use or for commercial use, two branches of a certain bank communicated with each other using keys that they exchanged previously in a handshake, in a meeting in a restaurant, in a meeting room. There was not at all a challenge for two people who never met, never knew each other beforehand, to suddenly, out of the blue, have the need to talk to each other privately over insecure channels. This need did not exist for many centuries that cryptography was practiced. But all this has changed. Dramatically in the last decade and a half, when the internet started to reduce the entire planet Earth into one global village, where each and every one of us, about 7 billion people, can connect directly and singularly to any other person. And when we connect, we interact, we do things together, and normally we need to exchange valuables. Money, trade, commerce. The same way that we do in the regular town square when two strangers meet and one offers a piece of merchandise, the other offers cash, and the transaction is done. Those two people don't know each other, and they don't need to know. They trust the merchandise, they trust the cash, and all is in good order. Now, this situation to be emulated in the virtual world requires for those two people to exchange or to transact in some privacy, so that stranger cannot overhear and abuse the transactional information that is exchanged between those two people. And so overnight a need arose for two strangers, be it two individuals or an individual and a store, or between a company and a supplier that they never met. The need arose for two strangers, complete strangers, who never had any knowledge of each other's existence beforehand, and obviously could not exchange keys, could not agree on encryption ciphers. Such two peoples to talk privately over the internet in an insecure environment And for quite some time, the world of cryptography was very negative about the prospect of this ever happening, because cryptography relied on a prior exchange of a shared key, a shared cipher, sensitive information that was shared over secure lines so that cryptography can be exercised over insecure lines subsequently. And it was a real intellectual feat that happened in the mid of the 70s of last century, when the world of cryptography was able to meet this challenge and allow two people who never met before to transact, exchange information, talk to each other with cryptographic privacy. So the need was clear. Now the question is, how did they do it?